hold these out in the sun, I want to discuss a couple intricacies of these original paint machines in regards to the paint and history while they're still in my possession. I know I've made lots of other videos when I had all those line of knuckleheads of what's this and what's that, but all that's lost in history of videos and who knows what the hell I called them. So it's not always easy to find a video when I was referencing something. So we're going to go over some aspects of these machines and Harley-Davidson history and how manufacturing worked. Now you're a manufacturer. I'm going to make 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 plus parts of a certain type. Okay? Well, it's a knucklehead part. Yeah. You know what? The pressing on these tanks are threefold. You got the gas cap area, that's one pressing, one stamping. You got the outer part, that's another stamping. This whole outside, this whole curvature, it's another stamping. Then the inside of the tank that actually mounts over the motor, that's another stamping. Well, the gas cap and the outer stamping is the same for a big twin flathead and a knucklehead. The inside makes the difference of the tank. You follow? The fender, except for where the cutout is, okay, left chain, right chain, the actual stamping is the same. So you have a top stamping. These are three-piece fenders. You have the inner stamping here. Then you have your chain cutout area. The rear tip is the same. And again, it's the top and the two sides. So I know I'm going to make between WLs and knuckleheads and big flatheads probably 5,000 bikes. Do you think I reset that stamping up every 500 units, or you think I went and continued pressing? I think I'll make this many this year. I'm going to keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on pressing, keep on pressing. Well, you got stacks of this and stacks of that and stacks of this and stacks of that. Well, what do you think happened to that stuff? It's Milwaukee. This is a humid area. It's bare steel. Guess what? It's going to rust. So you better get some primer on it. You better get some paint on it, or it's going to rust and your new bikes are going to look like a pile of shit. So what do? It's got to be thick enough to not get the rust. Well, Harley was very conscientious of how much paint and materials they were using. This stuff was sprayed in microns. A micron is not a millimeter, it's incredibly thin. And they used it with big giant guns, look like a big giant spray nozzle like this. I've got the photos on my Instagram, I got it on my Facebook feed, I put them on the YouTube, whichever. I don't have them in my hand right now. So take it from me, it's a fact. They use it, a big giant spray nozzle like this, with a backdrop like this, and they're going whoosh whoosh done, whoosh whoosh done, whoosh whoosh done, as fast as possible, with little material as possible. So when they painted it like that, they didn't paint up custom colors and hope somebody bought it. They painted something stock. Here's a bunch of black ones, here's a bunch of blue ones. They didn't paint it pink and purple and maroon. You know, that's all custom stuff. They painted the standard colors. And when a custom order came up, if there wasn't new sheet metal in the line, they just grabbed a pre-painted set and put the custom color over it. Almost all your custom paint colors have a double spray. A double spray is going to be double micron thick. Got it? Double micron thick. Now, how do I know this? Because I've had so many original paint bikes. I've had thousands of these things in 40 fucking years. I've been doing this shit. That is what I've made my living on. Flip, 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 flip. Go get another one. Not, oh, let me work on your bike and I'll get it running for you and let me build a chopper and I'll get it done one day. No, buy, sell, get another one. Bam, 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 bam. As fast as I can. That's why I've had so many. That's why I know so much, because I've had so many. Got it? I've had as many or more bikes than almost every Harley dealer in the world. That puts me in a real special category, because most of my shit's been old, not new. Very few people have had that amount of stuff. Very, very few. You can count them on two hands. So, again, this bike here, it's a 1945 Harley-Davidson. This is not a stock 45 as produced in 1945. It's real obvious. It's got custom paint. It's got chrome everywhere. They didn't do that in 45. The war's on. So what happened to this machine? When did it get done? So over here, one over here, love. Let's open you in the back of the camera again. We have a UU frame right there. Okay, this UU casting, that's cast, not stamped, in the frame. This is a bull neck frame. Back up so they can see it. Right there. See, this is a bull neck frame with an offset springer. Bring it up here. See the offset? That didn't happen in 45 either. 45 didn't even have a bull neck frame. So how'd this frame come from? Well, the UU people came out in mid-47. The first UU had it right here. That was Old Blue, if you remember Old Blue. Had it right there on the seat post. The last 2,000 or so frames had a UU right in the center section right here. So if you find a UU in your neck, you better have about 12,500, 13,000 plus motor numbers, or that UU in the neck ain't correct. You follow? They were selling so many knuckles in 47, they had to go and remake frames. They ran out. So this is a post-production, as early as the Harley dealer could get it, original paint UU frame. I've never seen another one. I've never heard of another one. So we're going to measure the thickness of our frame. And there it is, 3.32. That's our thickness of our frame. That is an original paint frame, as it came from Harley-Davidson. The only way this happened is if the dealer ordered it. You follow me? So he got a wrecked bike. You know, we don't know. The transmission day code is a 42. Well, maybe the tranny cracked. I don't know. Maybe it was no good. They had this stuff sitting on the shelf waiting to go back in. You know? Guy comes in for a tranny, hey, pay me some extra money, and here's your tranny. Okay, sure, whoa. They didn't care it had a date code in it. Didn't care at all. So it was probably a high mileage bike, got wrecked, dealer built it. Now, how do I know when he built it? We have the dealer sticker right here. And that's the first registration. That's the history of the bike. So it was built in 52. No aftermarket. I couldn't call it V-twin and get an aftermarket frame. No aftermarket sheet metal. It's all straight from Harley. It's all Harley dealers. This was standard stuff. So I ordered my special color, ordered my frame, I ordered my offset fork. He bought it all from Harley. He built himself a brand new, custom, sold as new motorcycle, thanks to the war effort, in 52. It's an original paint bike, dealer custom. Follow? This type of stuff almost always got chopped. Almost always got chopped. I've never, ever seen another one I could document. It's a dealer custom. Never seen another one. So, now back to the paint. One of the guys, I had this up and at the Sacramento swap meeting, he's all, how do you know that's original paint and blah, blah, blah. And I says, well, it's a custom color. We got blue paint right here. Blue paint underneath the cool maroon color. Blue paint. It's a double paint. Well, there's our thickness, 4.74. Here's our thickness here. That's 5.9. Okay. When you're polishing, you're going to rub this a little more. So it's going to be a little thinner. You're not going to get into there so much, especially if you like your decals, right? It's a double paint rear fender. Guess what? It's got black under the front fender. Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, come on over here, love. Right here, I can see it. There's black right under it. See? Watch our thickness. 4.74. Wow. So that's a perfect thickness for a double paint from the factory over a standard color with my custom color. That's how they did it. Now get this. Modern spray guns can't spray that thin, even with original paint. I've known about this bike before these meters came around. Nobody knew how thick this was. This is a Harley-Davidson paint job at the factory as ordered by the dealer. Didn't happen in 1975. It would have been much thicker. Didn't happen in 1990. It would have been much thicker. That's just modern spray guns. Can't duplicate it, even with original paint. Primer, paint, and then a varnish, what we today would call clear. 3 coats, all baked. Impossible to duplicate if you know what you're looking at. Now let's go to this bike. John Lindemann, we were discussing this in, I think, the Painthead group about paints and thicknesses. He said, I've seen a lot of paints and they've all had this black under it. And I said, well, what do you think they used for the most common color on a double paint? Guess what? It's black. You think? Most common paint job ever since Henry Ford said, you can get any color you want as long as it's black. Been the most popular color in history. So, come on over here. Guess what we got on this custom color? We got black underneath the paint on the left tank. Now watch our thickness. 5.3. Watch our thickness. 1.99. We got a black underneath undercoat on this left color. Imagine that. They didn't press one tank, fix it, one tank, fix it. They did a shitload. And then they went to the other side and did a shitload. That's manufacturing. They're a manufacturer. They're not a custom bike builder. They're not a restorer. They're not grabbing, well, I finally got my tanks and fenders. I guess we can put a paint job on. They're building machines by the thousands. That's the only way you can build machines by the thousands. Otherwise, you cannot economically do it. You don't do one pressing at a time. Hey, stop the nerfing. They're in the van. BB!
Look at her.
Such a little terror. So, anyhow, when I see a paint under a paint and it's the right thickness, it actually, and it's a custom color, actually helps document the bike. That's what I expect to see. It really is. So, now the story is, which I know the person who found this machine, and I still haven't contacted him yet because the buddy I got it from said, hey, please don't contact him, so I'm waiting for his permission. That's just normal etiquette. But the story is not the fenders, the wheels on this panhead here, come on around this way, love, were actually hung up on the shelf. So assuming they kept the wheels when it got found, or, I mean, who knows, I gotta ask him. Let's have a look at our thickness on our wheels. Look how nice they are. And we got 2.49. That's brand new wheel thickness, 2.49. Now let's go check the rear one. See if I can get in here with this somewhere. There we go. And 1.55 on the rear. Brand new wheel thickness. You betcha. Original paint wheels. Absolutely. So, being I'm still stuck up here at my buddy's shop, I haven't done a thing to get this running. I'm not going to do a thing to get it running. If it sells, it sells. If not, who knows? Maybe I'll end up keeping it. I like the bike. I didn't want to sell my Peacock Blue. We sold that to buy Greenie. So I'm done selling bikes to sell bikes. So some of you might have heard, I'm going to tell you right now, I sold all my parts. All the parts are gone. Nobody wanted to pay me any sort of even remotely reasonable price on these two, so parts went away. Maybe I'll get them back someday. So right now, moving up here has put me out of the bike business. But I've got plans. I've got plans, which when I get ready, I'm going to announce them. They're big plans. So you never know who's watching, so get ready for it. There's big plans coming. So once again, we're going to test our thickness here. That's 2.12, okay? That's 1.72. That's 3.24. 3.77. Let's go over to our custom paint knucklehead. We got 5.9. Remember, we got black under the front fender. Perfectly fine. That's what you expect. Okay. We got 5.3. And we got 5.0. So we got double paint on the tanks. I haven't found out what color yet. I probably have to pull the tanks off because I haven't actually seen it. Sometimes it does this little effect and you can't really see. Oh, here we go. We got some black under the front. So here we go. So we got our black here. Let's see if I can find it over here. Nothing visible. It wouldn't surprise me if this was an original paint black set too. And again, we've got a 6.0 and a 4.13. So, you know, I like them. I've been riding this knucklehead a little bit here and there, and they are what they are. So guys, I do have an original seat for this that came with the bike, with the fringe and all that, that needs to be carefully gone through. And if I end up able to keep the bike, I'll have Gorky take care of it for me. We'll make a video about all that. And I still have the windshield. I'm not a big windshield fan. But can't think of nothing else I want to add to these videos, and that's what I'm thinking. So, oh yeah, this is what I forgot to add. I was trying to figure out what all this is. What's these holes for? And finally, one of the boys posted a picture from a movie from 1940, and I looked the movie up, and it had another picture of the bike. And here it says, I had to ask the boys on Instagram, can you read this? I forgot what it said. And it says Super Deluxe. So this would have said, big decal here, said Super Deluxe. So if anybody's got a Super Deluxe pair, I'd like to buy it from you for this particular bike. So please contact me. If any of you guys need to reach me, my phone number, 661-904-8512. That's 661-904-8512, or the email is hunting Harleys, that's plural, like going deer hunting, HUNTING Harleys, just like the motorcycle, HARLEYS, plural, at gmail.com. So if you just want to say, hey, love your show, here's my uncle's bike, here's my grandma's bike, I only got photos, man, I just love to see that kind of stuff, and I'll put it up on the Instagram. So send me your old photos, it's all cool. You guys have a good one and be safe out there with this COVID shit. We got 3 dead relatives. See you soon.